mystery theory. Welcome to everyone that joined us recently. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. The ones that started from the beginning and the new people that it's slowly coming here. And I hope that you enjoy this exclusive case for you guys. Now today I'm going to talk about Belle Gunness, and she was a serial killer who actually got away, so we know who she is. But the police never managed to know even where she went. I mean, it's almost like she vanished. I'm going to tell you her story. It's very, very interesting. And it happened a long time ago, so keep that in mind because a lot of the police work here, it seems like it's out of a bad written horror movie. Well, Belle was born in 1859, again, a long time ago, in a small farm in Norway. But she was born to a big family that was very, very poor. Unlike most serial killers that I've talked about in the different cases and videos that I made, we do know a little bit about their childhood, and sometimes they even blame the childhood for becoming who they are or were. But in this case, we don't know much about her childhood, and what is known, it really nothing stands out. She was born in a farm to a big family who was poor. That's pretty much it. Now, some people believe that everything started while Belle was pregnant. I read somewhere that she was about 20 years old, and she went to this party. In there, she was attacked by a man who kicked her in the stomach so much and so hard that she miscarried. The attacker, apparently he was very wealthy, and he was very well known in the town, so he got away with it. He was never charged, and it is believed that at this point is when Belle kind of made a radical change for the worst in her life. As I said, she was always poor, but she worked very hard after that to save money and move to the United States. And she first moved to Chicago, Illinois. There, she met her first husband. They had 4 kids together, and they started a business together as well. It was a store, and sadly for them, it wasn't a successful business, but it was, they experienced a fire in the business, and it was burned to the ground, which I'm assuming that they got some money out of that. Later on, 2 of the kids that they had together, remember that they had 4 kids, got really, really sick. And all the symptoms matched 2 different things. Number 1, it could have been colitis. And number 2, and I'm assuming that this is something that they found out later on, but it could be something that, they were administering to him. Like somebody was giving these kids a small dose of poison that would kill them very slowly. Eventually both died, and later on the husband died. He got very sick and died. Interestingly enough, the day that he died, that same day, 2 life insurance policies were overlapping and made the money double for the beneficiary, which in this case, yes, you guessed was a widow and he had 2 kids. They met again in Indiana when she moved to and bought the farm, and they got married in 1902. A week later, only a week later after getting married, one of Peter's daughters died, and 8 months later, Peter was dead too. Now, his death was different and was ruled as a murder. And here is where all the confusion starts. Belle managed to convince the authorities that Peter was in the kitchen and he burned himself. And at the same time, maybe he was trying to grab something. I don't know what she said, but at the same time, I mean, poor guy, think about this. You burn yourself, and then at the same time, all of a sudden, a sausage grinder fell on his head and killed him. That is another level of bad luck, or maybe kind of a Final Destination scene from the movie. I don't know. But thankfully, I mean, out of all this, the one thing is we have to thank Peter's brother, because he came and took the one daughter that he had left, and she would be one of the girls, or one of the few people that got away from Belle before they died. I mean, you'll know why, but so Belle got away with it, and once again she took the insurance money and moved on with her 3 kids, because even though the marriage with Peter was very, very short, they did have a child together, and it was a baby boy named Philip. Then she decided, because she was feeling lonely, of course, that she was going to post an ad. And it's a very long ad, but I'll quote a few pieces of it. It says something like, calmly, well, I wouldn't describe her calmly, but oh well. Calmly widow who owns a large farm in one of the finest districts in LaPorte County, Indiana, desires to make the acquaintance of a gentleman. It goes on, but the point was that, she would only consider the guy that would not only reply, but also would show up in person to see if they qualify. Quote, quote, qualify. This lady, I mean, the nerve. Can you imagine doing that right now? Yeah, no. Plenty of men visited her as a response to the ad, of course, but apparently she then started to find ways to take their money, and we'll find out this why. I mean, she would take the money from them, and then they would disappear. Later on they will appear, but you know what I mean. This is what the police believe that she was doing. She was luring them to her house, managing to get their money, and then getting rid of them. Now, interesting enough, some of the neighbors at the time would report later on that they would see her digging at night inside the hog pens, which might be considered farm work, but those hog pens will be a key actually at the end. In 1907, she decided to hire help around the farm because she needed the help. So she found Ray Lamphere, which apparently this Ray guy was kind of crazy because he fell in love with her, and he would do anything that she would ask him to do. But this Ray guy had a very bad thing. He was not wealthy, so he wasn't even considered to be in her life, let's put it that way. After a year, she grew tired of him and fired him. But not only that, she also claimed that he was threatening her life and that he was insane. So he ended up having a sanity hearing, whatever that is, and he was declared sane and released. Apparently that was pretty common back then. On April 28, 1908, Belle already hired a new worker, and this new worker woke up in the second floor of the house in a bedroom that he didn't go to sleep in. He all of a sudden was up there. When he woke up, he saw smoke and opened the door, and the house was in flames. He called for Belle and the children, but he ended up having to jump out of the window, barely making it alive. Now, inside the house and burned to death, they found the bodies of Belle's 3 children and the body of a woman who was decapitated. Now, immediately the police thought of Ray. I mean, it was barely. You couldn't really tell if that was Belle or not, but the police at that point, they arrested Ray for arson and murder in the trial. Poor Ray. I mean, I feel so bad for this guy. In the trial, he was acquitted of the murder charges because the body didn't belong to Belle. The measurements of the head didn't match, and the body itself wasn't hers. However, he was charged with arson, so why would they charge him with arson and not murder if he did set the house on fire? He did kill 3 kids, even if she wasn't there decapitated, you know? Well, he got 20 years in a state prison, but he died a year later of tuberculosis. But hold on, it's not done there. Before he died, he confessed to the police of some gruesome things about Belle. Surprise. Belle had killed a number of men that she stole money from. Remember those guys that she lured in with the ad? Well, apparently she was taking the money from them and killing them. She was also burying them in the property. And she managed to get $250,000, which would be an equal of $6.3 to $6.5 million today. I don't know. I found it in an estimate. So 6.3 to 6.5, it's a lot of money, regardless. When they checked the bank account, the numbers were right. So Ray wasn't lying. But she emptied the bank account right before the fire. Well, isn't that convenient? They dug up all the bodies from the farm, including the ones buried in the hog pens. That is when the police realized that she was the one responsible for the fire, that she even killed her 3 kids, and put the pieces together to realize that she was the one who killed her previous husband, and probably the one who killed her first 2 kids, and even the daughter of Peter. Now, she vanished. And sightings of this lady were, the sheriff got different people saying that they've seen her for about 20 years later after the fire. They would get a call here and there saying that they've spotted her, but nothing that really, took them anywhere. They could never find her. So they don't know if she found a way to go back to Norway, and that's why they never found her. If she ended up changing her name and moving to another part of the country. If she killed more people, or she stopped, or maybe she died. They have no idea where she is. she was the one responsible for all the killings of those little kids and all those men. And they believe that everything started because she hated men because of what happened to her while she was pregnant that first time. That she was kind of acting as a, I don't know, revenge or something for what that guy did to her. And that guy happened to be wealthy. That guy happened to be a jerk. And maybe that's why she decided to go after wealthy men that she could take the money from and leave them or even kill them. This was one of those crazy stories that I was like, oh, what? How did she vanish? That can't be possible. But I guess it was there were other times and things worked differently. But insurance weren't as cautious as they are right now because, I mean, she got away with this because insurance companies weren't on top of these things. But, the fire, the first has been overlapping the insurances. I mean, I think that those were more than red flags. But back then, it wasn't coming, so I guess they weren't ready for it. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope that I just gave you a little something for today to think about. And now you know. I mean, back then, even in the 1800s, serial killers did exist. People who were trying to take advantage of the system